off in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Broncos Stadium at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Foles. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check in. Check in. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Here's Foles. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Fielded just inside the 20. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco completes it to Fant on the right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Let's go.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 36. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got Check.
From the gun, Flacco. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Looking for 2 yards here on third down. Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine.
Here we go.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Cut. Hayden School.
Second and 6. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Check, 47. Come on.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up a screen for Breida. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Foles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Foles now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them are running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Here we go.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. This is the tight end, Fant. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
180. Check, 47. They can't handle that. Under.
2nd and 15. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Let's go, baby. Over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
3rd down and 14.
The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
26 mark. Hey, Alpha. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Halfway. 51. 6 mark.
Operating out of the gun. Flacco. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded at the 43. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Great. Pretty smooth.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Foles. Throw left side to his tight end, Swaim. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now a give coming right is Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lambeau is good. So we have... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Setting up the throw, Flacco. Got him in. He finds Sanders. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The Broncos on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, exit. Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo.
Flacco from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey.
Now Flacco. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And this one is right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Check, 47. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Go! Kill! We ain't giving up nothing today. Check. Hey, check.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
second down. It's Hunt. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Flacco off play action. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, whoa. Let him know.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that's going to tie us at 13. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
180. Let's go, D. Let's go. Let's go. Great. Safety's creeping. Curl. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Easy. Mike 47. 12. Let's go, team. Let's go. Now let's get there.
Foles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Let's go. seconds to Mike.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run again with Breida. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Push him back. Push him back.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Flacco. And he slings one that's incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 5. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. I can't.
Flacco looks to throw. And that is incomplete. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Fielded at about the 28. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Ready? 13.
Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Get ready. Hey, go. Sound good.
Here's Foles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Come on.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get this. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to you.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Dude. That's a baby shot. 26 minutes. Not today, you are. Not today.
Now Flacco. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Foles. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mike, 26.
Setting to throw, Flacco. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland's beat. Incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
44's the Mike. 44's Mike.
Flacco to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Halfway. Ready. I'm coming after you.
Pressure mounting. Flacco. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Come on, fellas.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.